Hello everyone, this is Ryan. As some of you may know, Microsoft has announced about a month ago now that they're going to discontinue Xbox Live support for all original Xbox Live games. This means that you won't be able to play any of your favorites like Halo 2 or whatever, Steel Battalion Line of Contact, over Xbox Live anymore. Now, firstly, I would like to get this out of the way because, I think Microsoft, they do a good job. They've done a good job for years, and you know what? Everyone knew this was coming, I guess, at some point. I would have liked to have seen more alternative options before they did this. However, they've done a good job for years, and I do appreciate it. And I have to give Microsoft a thumbs up because they have the 360 users to worry about, and giving them the best experience. And I would have rather seen a split of the services maybe, because I would gladly keep paying for this. But whatever, they don't want my money, it's fine. But for first little tip of the hat to Microsoft, thank you. So April 15th, 2010, the service will be going down for the original Xbox. Now, in the past, there has been an occasional discontinuation of, say, this old EA game that probably nobody plays anymore. Or they would do 10 EA games at a time, probably every year, like 3 years old, and they come with a new version every year. So I mean, that's not a huge issue, not to me at least. I don't play sports games at all. So this is, to my knowledge, is the first mass discontinuation of online support for games. This kind of scale, at this kind of scale. I mean, they've done EA, done those 10, 15 games at a time, but this is literally hundreds of games being discontinued. And so really, I think as far as I know, it's a first in history. That this many games will be discontinued all simultaneously, and I guess at some point it has to happen when it's a closed service like Xbox Live. However, it's sad. I'm gonna miss the original Xbox Live for sure, and I just hope that for games that you can play on like X-Link Kai or Xbox Connect over the internet using the system link mode in these games, a lot of these games, but some just don't have that. And for those games, we're gonna have to wait for emulation and spoofing of maybe an Xbox Live server or something to be able to even get into and play again, which is very unfortunate. Now, with these other options for online play like X-Link Kai and Xbox Connect, which I just mentioned before, there are other issues to deal with left behind from Xbox Live. For example, pretty much every game on Xbox Live has updates that are applied to it through the life of the game to fix cheats, add features, keep the game running smoothly. And I don't know exactly. I'm sure each game handles this in a unique way. But in my experience, if one person does have updates and another person does not have updates, you're not going to be able to play together. You can always revert back to not having updates, but in some cases these updates are important. Like Rainbow Six 3, where they added an option to turn a weapon on and off to prevent cheating. They improved the lean glitching. They didn't fix it completely they didn't even fix it completely in Black Arrow as far as I know, but they definitely improved the situation with leaning from the original. So, I mean, if you go back to those older versions, it's just not going to play the same. And also, for download stuff like downloadable maps, that's not going to be available either. Downloadable maps and these updates will not be available in any legal way. If you mod your Xbox, I suppose you could get them on there, which is actually a viable option now because Microsoft's not like banning your console or anything for doing that. Also, there's a soft mod option you can do. I know with the original Mech Assault, there's some kind of glitch where you can FTP into the Xbox and edit files on the hard drive. So I suppose you could get in there and do it that way as well. However, these things are just not easy, not accessible for everyone, and ultimately that's what you're looking for when you play games online and that kind of thing. So that's unfortunate. But if there's archives online of these sorts of things, that would be great, so that people could get updated and things could run as smoothly as possible. But if not, it's going to be a disaster. I truly think it's going to be a disaster. Whenever somebody tries to play with somebody else over X-Link or even over System Link, there's going to be problems, and it's not going to be fun. You're just going to end up having to delete your save and go back to an earlier version of the game, which is not as smooth a lot of times. That doesn't play as well. But, I guess that's something we're going to have to deal with in the future. And another thing is, not all these games that are on Xbox Live also have a System Link option. And for example, Halo 2, it does have a System Link option, but it doesn't have, good things like ranking and matchmaking, that sort of thing, which I'm sure a lot of people will miss, because that game is still quite popular online. But for me, the biggest issue is MotoGP. It is an online demo, actually, that came with the starter disc for, I believe, like the first 2 years of the service. Later on, they added Crimson Skies and then PGR2. But so it was a really, really popular game, even though it was a demo for a while, and it definitely one of my favorites on the Xbox for sure. I played that game incessantly, way too damn much. And see, the interesting thing about the online demo is that the full version of the game was not online. So to play the game online, you had to play it in the demo. So that is why that I'm talking about the online demo. Like, you could if you own the full version of the game and unlocked things in the full version of the game, you could use them online, and therefore to play the game online, you just played the demo and it said demo. But and they also changed a little bit of how the bikes handle and tweaked things and made it a ton better than the original too, in my opinion. So because they tweaked all these things, the problem is that you can't play online with the newer version of the game. There's going to be no way to even get into time trial mode or anything. And that really sucks, because I love that game. I still play that fairly regularly. The last time I played that was probably like 2 months ago. But, when I get into it, I play it quite a bit. So it's really unfortunate that I'm not going to be able to play that at all until emulation comes around. And even if emulation and things like that do eventually come around, it's not likely that a online demo like that is going to be supported. It would be nice if it was, but I kind of doubt it.